China plans to establish a new military training facility in Cuba. Our next guest is calling out President Biden for what he says is continued appeasement of Chinese President Xi. Joining us right now is Florida Senator Rick Scott. And Senator, welcome. Obviously, people on both sides of the aisle very concerned about what's happening with China. I know you're saying that you think President Biden is appeasing him. But if you look at a lot of the things that the Biden administration has done, I mean, the Politico itself called it a sea change in terms of Biden reversing decades of Chinese trade policy by really cracking down on their access to things like sensitive semiconductors, saying that that is a much bigger issue for the Chinese than any of the tariffs that President Trump put on President Xi. Why don't you lay out why you think they're being soft, why you think President Biden is being soft on China?
Well, first off, I think we all have to wake up to the Chinese government has decided to be our enemy. So what I'm worried about now is, we've had spy balloon come across the country, and we basically did nothing about that. We watch what China's done. It's stealing our technology. Basically, our government has done almost nothing on that. Now we have, a spy station. Are they going to have Chinese troops there? Are we going to have another missile crisis like we had in the 60s with Russia? I think we have to be very clear. One, the American public has to figure out we have to start, not buying things from China. What, are we going to stop after they invade Taiwan? They're threatening Taiwan. She has told his citizens to prepare for war. We've got to start taking this seriously. Our president needs to be very aggressive at getting the public ready, all right, and do everything they can to not put us in ourselves that we're dependent on communist China. They're not our friend.
No argument that, there are concerns about what China has been doing, and I think both sides of the aisle obviously recognize that. But, Senator Scott, what are you suggesting? That we cut off all business with China? We tell companies like Apple and Tesla and others that they can no longer manufacture there? Are you saying that we should be preparing for a ground war over Taiwan?
Well, what you hope is that it never happens. But you have to look, listen to what they're saying. They say, and they're going to invade Taiwan. That's what they're saying. They've said to their citizens, get prepared for war. So I think what we have to do is put ourselves in a position, don't be dependent on China for anything. Our drugs, anything at all, we should not be dependent on them. Every American is part of this. We don't have to buy Chinese products. And to the extent we're buying them now, how do we get those products made in America or in another ally? So we've got to wake up and understand they're preparing for war against us. It's not what we're doing. And so you do it every day. You don't do business with your enemy. They have decided, we didn't decide this, they've decided to be our enemy.
So would you tell American companies they can no longer do business there?
I think the American public should demand it. I think I've had a bill that Amazon has basically tried to block the whole time I've been up here, is to just have country of origin disclosure on anything you buy online. Americans want to buy American products, but you could go on Apple and see if you can, or go on Amazon and see if you can figure it out. So, what we've got to do is understand, this is America. We want American companies to do well. We want American citizens to do well. And don't keep appeasing them. Like, what did we get out of Blinken going to China? Are they going to not have the spy station? Are they not going to send spy balloons over?
I think the hope was that we could reestablish at least military communications, which were cut off after Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan last August. And I think that's concerning. Even during the depth of the Cold War, we did have military communications with the Soviet Union. I don't think anybody wants to be saying, yes, let's have business as usual. Let's go back to a way where nobody's looking, nobody's paying attention. But the idea of cutting them off cold turkey when there are so many issues that we need to be discussing with them, we need to make sure we have open channels of communication. I think that's a little different than a completely backing out.
Oh, no, I agree with you. I think we ought to have conversations with them. But let's live in reality, right? They're not changing. They're not getting better. They're building a military to defeat us. I'm in the Armed Services Committee. We're going through the National Defense Authorization Act, and everything is about how do we even stay up with China now, with the military they're building. So,
just tell me though how you're going to balance this issue. And I understand the position you have, but what do you tell, for example, Bob Iger, who runs Disney? One of the biggest employers, if not the largest employer in your state, for example, has a big operation in China, as you know. What do you tell John Donahoe, the CEO of Nike? Obviously, huge manufacturing, huge sales in China. What do you tell Tim Cook of Apple? How would you suggest they go about doing this at the same time that you say you don't want to damage Americans and the economic ramifications that would clearly take place here in this country?
Well, what you do is you say, open your eyes. Listen to the rhetoric. Listen to what they're saying. But trust that what they're saying, they believe. So what are you going to do when they invade Taiwan? Do you think they're going to, are you just going to do business as usual when they're invading an ally? I doubt it. I think the American public is going to expect the same thing as they expected with American companies when Russia invaded Ukraine. So I think what you have to say to yourself is the more they see that it's bad for China, all right, to invade Taiwan, to build a military, and the less money they have because they're selling less products to America, there's a greater chance they'll come around and do the right thing. This appeasement where we act like, oh gosh, they're always going to get better. They're not. I mean, I'd love it if they got to get better. They're not getting better.